So as we get ready to celebrate the holidays, we're also reminded that there are some who are finding it difficult to cope at this time of the year because of grief or loneliness. This morning we discuss mental wellness and we share some suggestions on how to make the season more bearable even while struggling with the loss of a loved one. To help us have the conversation is life coach Lennis Gordon-Coleman. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
All the best for the season.
Thank you.
Lennis, it's difficult because it is the time of year. I never said it earlier. It's almost the fun time of year. It's a favorite time of year. People want to be happy and joyful.
Yes.
We don't want to think about somebody else, but we should.
Yes.
So how do we go about approaching that?
Well, at this time of the year, we have to remember that there are persons who have lost their loved ones earlier, some persons who last year, this time, lost their loved ones. There are those who don't have any living relatives or they're alone. And so while everyone is busy enjoying themselves, these persons are left with memories and emptiness. And we can't just think it's about us. We have to be our brother's keeper and to look out for those persons. So you have a coworker that may have lost a loved one. Find out, how are you doing? Do you want to have dinner with me? Do you, just check on them?
That's what I was going to ask you. Should we respect their space and leave them alone, or should we try to get them involved in what?
Try to get them involved, try to find out how are they doing, because some parents may want to reach out, but they don't want to burden you. So I'll stay by myself. But if you reach out, they'll be like, I'm so grateful. Let me just open up and talk to you.
Okay.
We have some headlines here.
Yes.
First group, dealing with grief. Make an effort to go out with other family and friends, which is what you just suggested.
Yes.
So that's the first one. Second one, talk about the person in a happy way with others.
Yes. So if, for example, you didn't see grandma because she's not around and you normally go to the country at this time of the year, go to the country still, visit the other relatives and sit there and say, boy, if grandma was here, she would be cooking up the gungu soup, she would be doing this, she would be doing that. Get her picture. Don't just, not talk about her, because she's a real person and she meant a lot to you, and this time you would have been spending with her.
Okay.
Do not stay by yourself, as this may lead to depression.
Yes, sitting there with all those memories, no one to talk to, locked away, all the negatives coming back, that grief of the person, how they died. You cannot stay by yourself. You'll go into depression, and that's not a good place to be. So it's best to talk to someone, get out there and interact.
But are they not people, to play the devil's advocate, are they not people who would prefer that, though, and not being depressed and lonely? We just can't bear that burden there with my little sadness and things. I just want to stay in and watch some TV and play some music, and I'm fine. I'm not depressed, or you don't think?
Being alone, thinking of a loved one that has passed must lead to some negative feelings, because you'll keep replaying that moment when you got the call. You'll keep looking at the stuff that belongs to them. So it's best to not think that I'm burdening Dahlia, because many times as friends, we want to be there. So just see that we are friends, we are in this together. Your loss is my loss, and I'm here for you.
Okay. And we're saying loved one, but there are other reasons why people would grieve, by the way, and be depressed.
Of course, there are other reasons, yes.
Make time to take care of yourself.
Yes. Do something for you. Go to the spa, get your hair done, go shopping, do something for you. Don't just be a Grinch. Do something for yourself and realize that you are still alive. You are still alive, there's hope, and you have to try as best as you can to move on.
And those were some of the areas we were talking about grief. Now it's with loneliness, which is different.
Yes.
Which is different. Volunteer to help out at home or at some other charitable event.
Yes, because you have so many charitable events going on now. You have so many children's home, you have so many elderly home. Go there, help, because when you are alone, that doesn't mean that there are not other persons that need you. You may not have somebody that is in your space, but there are other persons that could really do. Any home right now would welcome as many hands as possible. And just interacting with those children, those elderly, will give you that sense of worth.
This says go to social events.
Yes.
Concerts, staff parties, church functions. Really just try to get yourself around people.
Right, because sometimes we say we're alone, I don't have anybody, but there's people everywhere. You don't have to push up on everyone, but it's work. We're having a staff party. Go enjoy yourself. Don't drink too much now, but go out to a church function. Whatever makes you comfortable, enjoy yourself.
Having dinner with your friend.
I like that one.
Or co-workers' family. We're not a family, so.
Pat, you hear what never said this morning? Expect a call. Expect a call.
Yes. So if you know that, for example, Delia has a big family and they're having a get-together, say, Delia, can I come over? And Delia, sometime you can make that effort. Do you want to come over to have dinner with my family, or let us hang out because the person is alone? Put it in a word for Neville right there. And the crew, family dinner at Delia.
That's right. No, you're perfect.
And the crew?
As I said, she don't have no family. We are her family. Don't it, hon?
I'm just saying.
Benji go warm me no cook no meat. And something that not go work. Benji go warm vegetable.
Do not isolate yourself.
No, going back again. Whatever you do, don't isolate yourself. People need you. You are valuable. We need to remember that each of us have been placed here by God for a specific reason. Even though you may feel alone, even though you have lost a loved one, you of yourself are valuable and you have a lot to contribute to others. And the world would not be the same without your presence. So get out there and just give of yourself.
Yeah. Delia mentioned that that's not the only reason people would be grieving.
Yes.
Or grieving.
Yes.
And it's also not just at Christmas time that these would obtain. You don't want to be alone in the summer. You don't want to be just there by yourself, so.
Or special events, any festivity.
Yeah. So, but as I said earlier, sometimes people want to be alone and they're not they're not sick or anything like that.
Yes, that's true. We do have a time when we need our alone time. There's nothing wrong with having our alone time, but we should ensure that in that time
There's a balance.
There's a balance.
Yeah.
It's not all the time I want to be alone, and in that time I need to ensure that my thoughts are positive. Even if negative things are happening, I am making steps to move out of this negative space.
Yeah.
Because to entertain negative thoughts alone can be very dangerous to
and ideally, I want to see her on Thursday, so I should spend Christmas with her.
Yeah, man. Come, man. Come.
Yeah, she said I come there too easy.
Come, man. Come, Neville, come. Come, man.
Hold on.
Come, Mr. Come.
And she was telling me off here that she wanted to do something for Jamaica. So we are inviting everybody to come on here. Where you live?
So we jump from the cool to Jamaica.
Don't it ever.
Me live at Sabina Park.
We shall be there
Everybody
early
just
Christmas
get up
morning.
Christmas man and head to Sabina.
They'll take it seriously, you know, do a disclaimer.
And I hope they beat Neville.
Oh, my God. You know, you think that is a joke. What was it? What was the hurricane that did hit us?
Matthew?
No,
The last one?
No, and it did mash up out of Portland Cottage.
Oh.
A short name.
Was it Sandy?
I think it's Ivan.
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 Yes, Ivan.
So I'm running a joke on here, and I say, we are so lucky, Ivan not went to liquid. So right after that, I said, but make sure you listen to the bulletins and anything the people tell you must do. I reached 3 in the afternoon, and I'm some man out of the gate, and the man just wave me down. I said, Mr. Bell, tell them Monday where you say this, man. So I say, what? They you know say no hurricane, I'm not battling up nothing.
I hope him sue you.
Only to say that Ivan lick him. And everybody else. I don't think that man they talk to me since then. So listen up, it's important.
Yes.
Great thoughts. And thank you so much for coming.
You're
and
welcome.
Enjoy the holiday season.
Thank you. Same to
Thank
you.
you very much.
Life coach Lennis Gordon Coleman. 10 minutes to your health. We'll do it again next Thursday.
Oh, no, go to Sabina Park. That's the moral of the story.
No, you should say.